Greetings everyone. In this lecture we will start attacking the null byte machine, which is our lab 1. Before doing so, please make sure that both of our machines are on NAT. So how to check that? Just right click on your machine and go to settings. In VMware Player you can just click on the machine and click on edit virtual machine settings, and here the network adapter should be set on NAT instead of bridged adapter. So please do so for both of the machines and then power on them. So I have both of the machines running, and let's go ahead and start with reconnaissance. Reconnaissance means that we collect as much as information we can get about a target. So let's go ahead and find the IP address of that machine which is in the lab 1. Now, the scenario you need to think about is that there are two possibilities. Either you will have the IP address of a machine which you want to attack, or you will be in the same network which the machine is using. In this case, we are in the situation 2, that is, we are in the same network which the machine is using, and we don't know what the IP address of the machine is. So first thing is, just as a proof of concept, let's just think that we don't know the IP address of a website, but still we know that there is a website which is associated with that machine. So we can simply use ping, and ping command just gives us the IP address of that machine which we want to ping, and it tells us that is the machine up and not, and it do so by sending the ICMP packet. So we just here type the domain name, and when we try to ping that up, you can just see we are receiving some responses. I'm just going to press Ctrl+C to cancel. Here is the IP address of the machine which is associated with this domain. So this is how you can find the IP address. So this is the situation 1, and like either you directly know the IP address or you know a domain name that is attached to that IP address, so something like that. But in this case, in our case, we don't have a domain name with the machine, we even don't know the IP address. We are in the situation 2. I'm just going to clear the screen and zoom in a little bit, and in this case we can use a tool called NetDiscover, NetDiscover. If you just say -H, which is for help, it will show you all the options you can use with NetDiscover. Now you can give specific ranges of the IP addresses, you can specify the device of the network and other things, but I will simply use it by saying NetDiscover. So it will simply work with the defaults, and that's fine. To run this tool you need to be root. So first of all, get the root user. I will say FU. I will ask for the root password, and here we are root now. And now we can use NetDiscover. So just type in NetDiscover and just press enter. So we are going to use it with the defaults. Just press enter and we'll start the capturing the ARP request, and it'll take some time. It can take 3-4 minutes depending on the network size. It should fairly do it in 1 or 2 minutes. Although you can see there is a huge network graph here, but that's not due to the NetDiscover, that's due to the updates I am doing right here. So a lot of updates are going on. That's fine. It finds the first IP address, that's the gateway basically. So we are going to avoid .1, .2 and .254, and we are focusing on the rest of all the IP addresses it gets. It's gonna take time, let's wait for it. Okay, so it just popped up all the results at once. Now you can see I already said that we will be avoiding 1, 2, and 2, 5, 4 because they are the default one. You will find them everywhere. They are the net mask, gateway, router, etc. This is a IP address which is different from these three. It means this is a host in our network which is up. So let's copy this up. Let's press Ctrl C to interrupt the NetDiscover, and let's try to ping this. So ping, let's say paste here, and with ping you also have a switch called C where you can limit the packets you will be sending. So it will now send only 2 packets. Okay, you see ping is working here. You see we got 2 packets here. It means that this host is up, and that is how you get to know that is your host up. And if you don't even know the IP address, that is how you find the IP address. Either you should have something associated with that, for example a domain name, you can directly ping it. Otherwise, if you are in the same network, you use the NetDiscover. And there are other switches, but this is the standard easy way. Just use the NetDiscover, press enter, and that works. Now in next lecture we will go ahead and use this information, this IP address. We will go ahead and scan this IP address using ZenMap. So let's do that in the next lecture. We have a lot to do here, and thank you for watching.